does it have anything to do with handshakes?
It doesn't. And
Universal Handshakes was good.
I'm more than willing to resurface and re-earth
That was not
Universal
good.
Handshakes.
Yeah, Universal Handshakes is not good. And I know, like,
you have to wait for the 18th date to give a side hug. How is that good?
It was fun. It was interesting.
No, it was too many rules.
What was more interesting, Universal Menu or Universal Handshake?
Handshake was more interesting.
For those who missed it, Brad was trying to Americanize every type of restaurant in the world and make sure Chinese, Mexican, and every other restaurant, Thai, would have chicken fingers, burgers, and grilled cheese
It
on
would
their
help
menu.
your business. There are people that don't go to those restaurants because they don't have certain universal foods. It will expand it to everyone.
All right. It was a failed idea.
Tune in for 315. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
very
What a great job we did promoting your segment at 315 by
Dragging
crapping on
the other ones
everything.
through the mud.
Crapped on Kyle's shirt, crapped on Brad's ideas, and sure, you probably want to crap on me because I am dressed like I have new outfits, and I've been wearing a belt all day for the first time in like 3 years, and I finally can take this belt off and relax a little bit. Business Ben is gone, content Ben
I
is...
don't vote. You take it off.
It's already off.
This is not a damn strip club, so put the belt back on. Who comes to work and announces, hey, everybody, hey, I'm about to take my belt off? Well, taking off your belt could lead to some things that we don't want to see, especially with them new skinny jeans you got on over
They
there.
ain't
Yeah, those
skinny
aren't tight.
jeans.
Some skinty jeans. I tried on some skinty jeans yesterday, but I'm too thick.
Skinty jeans?
Is there a T in that?
Yeah, skinty, because he got some skinty jeans. I don't know how you wear it, brother, because I tried to put some of them things on. I said, send them back.
That's why I had to loosen them up and take off the belt.
Nah. You put the belt back on.
Yeah, I feel like those are some of those pants that really try to accentuate the calf. You know, they come in real tight at the bottom. They accentuate the calf.
Nah,
That's why Ben still plays in that
Wait,
men's league.
hold on. I got like 18 questions. And I already have
There's a
headache.
game called 20 Questions.
Cool.
What do you got, Strophy, running the show?
So you don't wear underwear,
Correct.
and now you're not wearing a belt.
But I don't.
Hold on. And there's a third. He usually doesn't button his top button.
Oh,
The
come on.
top button is buttoned
only-
for these.
How often do you show plumber's crack?
A lot. I've actually
Have you no shame?
no
No,
shame.
I mean, we
but
don't
I've
even need to
realized
answer that.
that
That's a dumb question.
when I pick up my daughter from the in-home daycare, I'm like bending over. I'm like, oh no, hopefully she's not looking because I definitely am putting my daughter into the car seat and my crack is out.
Oh, gosh.
My dad owned Bruss Plumbing. It's in our DNA.
No, but no part of you wants to correct that. I mean, you're a grown man. You're a figurehead
an adult.
of our wonderful show.
800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. I feel like if you have a problem with what I do, I'd love to hear because I'm just being me.
I will say I'm glad, I applaud the fact that you finally have a new outfit on for the first time in 2 years of this show. But overall, how do you feel about the black and the blue? Navy and blue? I don't think that really goes well together, man.
So
I'm not used to
I
being a
didn't pick this out.
fashionista.
I went to my fiance and we were at a place this morning that was a happy place where I was able to ask about my outfit, and that didn't go so well last week.
Happy place. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Meaning, like, mornings with a kid can be hit or miss of like chaos, and we were in a happy place. That happy place of like
Gotcha.
I was able to ask a question about my outfit without getting absolutely just like leave me alone. I'm trying to get ready. So I said, all right, so black pants, black shoes, like blue and black doesn't, it's not really a thing, right? No, she goes, no, that looks good. You can pull that off. And so I said, you know what? I'm a rock it with confidence.
It's you and I not so different.
Black pants, blue from Strophy today?
Yeah, and I asked if it worked. Same exact thing this morning.
Well, who created
Wow.
this then? Because I'm for one, I don't mind it. But, anytime I put black and blue on, I'm told I can't wear that.
Maybe it's an outdated thing because Lexi says that navy and black can be pulled off. That I also can pull off.
I thought that was like a rule.
Yeah.
That navy and black you can't do, but apparently Strofe and I are trendy.
So this is a new outfit, right, Ben?
These are pants that I bought at Nordstrom Rack that I tried on without underwear that I kept.
I'm glad you kept them.
That's
Kept these.
You probably got
Three
some
are back in the
germs.
rack somewhere in St. Louis that maybe somebody's tried on, maybe they haven't. These shoes are part of that purchase at Nordstrom Rack, and this was a Christmas gift from my lovely fiance.
Look at you.
Does your fiance either help or does she dictate picking out and buying the outfits? Because I can't imagine you
No, he
went
didn't.
alone
No.
and got these shoes and got these pants.
I do.
Fiance
I
must
picked
have-
out like 10 shoes. We narrowed them down to 6. It's usually a pretty good deal. Had some gift cards. The pants, I had to show her each pants every time I came out of the dressing room and say, thumbs up, thumbs down.
When's the last time you guys bought an outfit that didn't get clearance from fiance or baby girl or girlfriend?
Never, because I
for
don't
me,
buy outfits.
It might be 10 years. 10 years before Lexi actually either gave the final yes or no.
What was yesterday that Brad said that he, like, basically 100% of Lexi's decisions are your decisions?
Yeah.
And so this is like the least surprising thing in the world.
Oh yeah,
Get trained.
he's entirely dependent.
Yeah. You should actively try to get trained by your girl.
You should actively be dependent.
Yeah. It's a much healthier existence.
So
Don't push back.
Wait, what y'all are telling me is that
That's the worst advice ever.
Don't push back.
don't push back. I mean, you'll keep her.
What do they say? You got to stand for something or you fall for everything.
Yeah,
you're
I'll fall for everything with that girl. With that girl, I'll fall for everything.
So what you guys are telling me is that you don't have a mind of your own to select your own clothes. You
Not
buy
with clothes. I am.
Kyle, your mom buys your
I'm
clothes.
clothes illiterate.
Oh, she buys some of my clothing, okay? Because I'm a very spoiled boy. I am. But I buy my
How
own
old are you?
Oh, listen, I can't.
34, and your mom's buying you
She
clothes?
loves to go shopping. So
Well,
what is she
you should
supposed to
show
do?
up to her house and say, "Mom, I'm wearing this mint green shirt from 2013. They're
She
making
probably-
fun of me.
She probably bought it in 2008.
Can you get me the 2025 version of this mint green shirt?"
No, I have a lot of different clothes, different things, but I buy my own clothes, and I mean, I show them off, but I'm not like, hey, should I keep this or keep that? A matter of fact, I just had some clothes come yesterday. She liked one thing, didn't like the others. I said, I'm keeping both.
Oh,
Thanks.
wow.
JB and the V chimes in 800-990-3776. He says, I mean, we all know Brad has no backbone.
Wow, that might be a little too far, but the backbone, it just has Lexi's.
What do you mean?
It just has
It's Lexi's spine.
It just has her signature written on it. She just has her fingerprints.
You might as well get her name tattooed all the way up your spinal
Oh,
cord.
I would if I could be so lucky.
No,
I could be so lucky.
I'm surprised you don't have one of them tattoos on the left finger of the initials. You seem like that couple that's like, we're together for life.
If I did get a tattoo, it'd look something like that. That's true.
All right, speaking of tattoos, we're going to give some promotion to the Milwaukee Bucks because they're doing a tattoo-themed day, and you got to make sure you check that out. We'll get to that in a second. I want a half sleeve.
No, you don't.
Half sleeve.
Half sleeve of what? A half sleeve shirt?
No, I've been drawing concepts for the last 3-4 years. I've been drawing up concepts.
4 years.
I want
Yeah.
to see these drawings.
Oh, they probably look.
They
like
look horrible.
Yeah, stick figures.
There's no people on my hat. There's not people.
His daughter is less than a year old, and I bet if you were asked, did Ben or Baby Brush draw this? Most people would say Baby Brush.
Am I like? What's wrong with me wanting to get a half sleeve?
Buddy, you're not edgy. enough.
Did you just buddy me?
Buddy, you are.
you're
buddy,
not.
pal.
You're not that guy.
You're not edgy.
What do you mean
enough.
not that
You're not
guy?
that guy.
No, you're not.
You're not.
I
a
am an
tattoo
independent
half-sleeve
man.
guy. No,
No, you're not. It's not for a tattoo.
Listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. All right. I know thyself, and I know you too as well. Kyle Wallace, I'm not a tattoo guy. Like I'm
Well,
not
you're
that guy.
weak and
I'm not
soft
that
and
guy.
flubbery.
Sure. Oh,
So
wait.
are you.
Sure, exactly. Brad's not that guy. He's not a tattoo guy.
I'm not a
And
tattoo guy.
Vic, we're all softies. We're not tattoo guys, man. That's just not us. You're not that guy. So just let it be.
Thanks, JB. Do it, Benny. You would look great with a half sleeve.
no,
Don't
he
let
would-
these squares deter you.
You be as fraudulent as Matt LaFleur when it comes to decision making in a tight situation with a sleeve, a tattoo sleeve.
Benny
You know,
fake tough.
Yeah.
Benny fake tough and Matty Mouse.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
on the polar sides of the spectrum.
Is that what you want to be?
No, I'm being me.
No, bro.
And I've started drawing it up.
Who
I
draws
have-
tattoos?
It probably
Hold on,
is
hold on.
the
I have a
softest
concept.
drawing ever.
What is the concept?
The concept.
Yeah, tell us about it.
The concept is family oriented.
Okay.
what a
Great.
surprise! A tattoo about family. Oh, that's so
Very-
original.
very
so edgy.
Yo, take it easy.
No, let's hear more about this
Yeah,
original
so
idea
it's
of family.
rooted in family.
So, I have thought of the idea of like a tree.
Stop.
What does that have to do with
You're
family?
joking.
What does that have to do
You're
with
gonna,
family?
you're gonna tattoo a tree.
Like a really cool design tree.
And it's gonna
each-
have like family names. And leaves and
each
stuff like that.
leaf will have like initial.
Oh wow! Gosh,
Thank
I've never
God
seen that before.
You ran this by us.
Tell me, wait a minute. It took 3 to 4 years to come up with this concept that thousands.
I'm
of
not
millions of
saying
others
that that's
have
what I'm going to do, but that's the 3-4 years that I've been putting towards this
this is a
league.
waste of time.
This is the least original tattoo in the history of tattoos.
Totally. A family tree? A family tree.
Just go to Ancestry.com and print it off and get it tattooed.
What are other details about it that we're going to make it just totally personalized to
We
you?
put the year they were born and the year they died, too?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess
You leave
Yeah.
an opening? You leave an opening? Or
For
something
sure,
still
like
alive?
there's open trees with like leaves to be drawn in. Like
Bro,
as fall comes, the trees and leaves grow.
we're just reading-
as babies come, the trees and leaves grow.
If we're just reading from the book of unoriginal tattoo ideas, you should just get your fiance's name across your chest.
I'm kind of sad.
You should get also like your initials on your triceps. That's another one.
Yeah.
Super,
But with like
super
a cool
mainstream.
font.
Yeah. like
It's
a
not.
cursive.
This isn't about like me. It's about everyone close to me.
Maybe Veni Vidi Vici on one arm.
Yeah, like I said, this is stupid. Like this is the tattoos are not for me, right? They're not for Brad, and bro, they're not for you either. I'm just telling you this right now. Like,
Could Ben pull off a half sleeve tattoo on Twitter at KBN ESPN?
Maybe on like his back, do work hard, stay hungry.
You know what this is? Ben is going through a 30s crisis. That's what that is. This is an early midlife
It
crisis
took
that
him
he's going
4
through.
years to come up with an idea for a family tree. And he's drawing it all himself.
Pathetic. I want to see some of these doodlings.
This is the saddest thing I've ever heard.
You want to know where the doodles are? They're on like napkins
Oh,
with pen.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
You're saving the napkins?
Yes, they're in a safe spot in our household.
Wait, what's that safe spot? What is it?
I ain't telling you
Hey,
guys.
Has
I
your
didn't know where it
fiance
is.
seen this before?
Yeah, she's all in.
Well,
No,
I'm sure
you've
she's
ran this
not.
by. Have you
I've ran
shown
by
her-
the half sleeve
no.
by the
Have
fiance.
you shown her the doodles?
What the hell is the director of content doing with a microphone and a headset?
He heard this ridiculous conversation you were having. This is a ridiculous idea.
Well, I was curious, and I actually have to back up Ben here. I went and found your significant other to ask her about this cockamamie idea that you're going to have a half sleeve of tattoos. And I said, are you familiar with this? Have you guys talked about this? And she goes, like straight as day, she goes, yeah, of course. I'm like, really? What do you think about that? And she goes, whatever makes him happy.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so this is about
Be
making
more
happy.
like Ben.
No.
You got yourself a good one
Be
there, Ben.
more like Brad.
Kevin, as someone with two half sleeves, don't let them deter you. Let an artist run with your idea. You don't need to be edgy for a tattoo.
No, it's not about that. Tattoos are fantastic.
Don't take advice from non-tattoo guys. They're judgers.
No, we're not judging.
I
I'm
just know Ben.
Exactly. That's what we're saying.
The people with tattoos should take offense that Ben wants a tattoo.
Yeah, he should be part of your club.
See,
He
they are
should not be
more
part of your club.
receptive,
No.
and you guys are closed-minded.
They were probably-
This
you
is
know
a
what?
sad day.
No. Who were those two people? What are their names?
We got Kevin, JB, Cody.
Kevin, JB, Cody. They probably had friends who told them they're not tattoo guys either. That's what it is. So they're
Oh,
just
so now
trying to
you're
figure-
calling out
Oh,
KBN
wow.
Nation.
I'm just saying they may not be tattoo guys either. That's why they're coming to your defense. Anybody that knows Ben Bruss knows he's not a tattoo guy. Not a tattoo guy. Especially talking about family trees.
The family tree. That's a fascinating approach.
I'm not saying that is the only idea. I mean, I can go back for 4 more years of trying to figure out a new idea.
Well,
family
that's something you don't want to rush into. I'm just glad that you put that by the brain trust that is KBN and didn't rush into putting a family tree as the basis of your half sleeve. Family tree.
Yeah, it's a bad idea.
What else?
Ben.
Live, laugh, love. Can we put on this body somewhere?
Are we going wrong? Okay, wrong ideas only for Ben Bruss tattoo.
Oh,
Given
family
the
tree.
idea you gave us, these are real ideas.
800-990-3776. Wrong ideas, bad ideas only for Ben Bruss future half sleeve tattoo.
You should just get a
on the Carlos
dragon
Talking
for the
text
hell of
line.
it. Just get a dragon.
You're being a real ass.
A lion.
The biggest Bucks fans deserve big Bucks prizes, and now it's time for you to show us your Bucks. If you already have a Bucks tattoo, yes, you heard me, tattoo. No, I don't have one. Yes, I was just talking about getting one, and it's still in the pipeline. I'm all for this, baby.
That's a
if
better
you have
one
a
of your
Bucks
ideas.
tattoo or a design in mind, your time to shine is now. Send us a picture of your Bucks ink at ESPN Milwaukee on social by Monday, January 20th, and you can win 2 lower-level tickets to see the Bucks take on Denver. And while you're at it, send in your Bucks ink to ESPN Milwaukee on social media. Don't forget to vote for your favorite Bucks. To head to the Bay for the 2025 All-Star Game, vote now at bucks.com/all-star. Send in your tattoos, like I will one day, to the ESPN Milwaukee social.
Don't do it. I don't want you to go back and telling your beautiful, wonderful children.
That was supposed to be read for our 414 hour at 4 audience, but I wanted Madison to hear that I'm in this 30s crisis.
Yeah, there it is.
Green Bay
It really
Packers,
is a crisis.
Matt LaFleur, Xavier McKinney. Next. I'm getting a tattoo.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
When I'm, again, doing the Pack Arena, and as a shareholder, when I'm sizing up my ring,
do the Pack Arena right now.
1 pack of 2 pack of 3 pack of arena.
Hey.
What's the word? Jordan love to Christian Watson. Nay, that's a touchdown.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
That's the idea of a deal. Each side gets wins, right? They have Jordan Love under contract for the next 5 years.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
I think Packers fans would sign up for 12-5 today, and maybe they will be.
Right here on 94.5 ESPN and also streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Join the roar of 18,000 Bucks fans at Fiserv Forum and be a part of the slam dunks, game-changing plays, and electrifying victories live. Witness the edge-of-your-seat action and unforgettable moments as they happen. You don't want to miss this. Grab your calendar, handpick your favorite matchups, and secure your seats for Dame time in Milwaukee and every incredible moment that comes next at Bucks.com/tickets. That's Bucks.com/tickets.
With your Saganiac Planning Marquette recap, I'm Chris Larson. Make it 6 straight Big East wins for number 7 Marquette after an 85-83 overtime win at DePaul. Senior guard Cam Jones finished with 18 points, 11 assists, and 6 rebounds. His 4th double-double of his career, all coming this season.
In the corner, Joplin. He'll fake again. Cam Jones open 3. Good.
Big time.
Oh, baby, is he big. Marquette within 1.
Next up for the 15-2 Golden Eagles, a matchup with Xavier Saturday afternoon at Fiserv Forum.
For your little ones and your biggest joys. For your forever true and your fur kids too. For all the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. Support your overall health so you can be your best for those who matter to you most. Call John Saganiac Jr. John Saganiac Jr., Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
I found a fountain of youth down there at QC Kinetics.
That's Henry Hinton, feeling like his young, active self again after treatments at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine.
I still have trouble walking down steps as I get older. I've had one treatment so far, and I can already tell a difference in my knee.
And that treatment at QC Kinetics used Henry's own natural healing properties, concentrated and placed right at the source of the pain. So Henry and patients just like him will enjoy long-term relief without surgery or downtime.
My knee is not hurting. I remember I was walking down some steps yesterday, and I thought, wow, this is not hurting when I walk down steps. I'm all in on it. I'm all in on QC Kinetics.
It's time to wind back the clock to days without constant joint pain. Start with a call to QC Kinetics today.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Bring in the new year at your local Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis Auto Group dealerships. If it's the new year, it's time for a new ride. So plan on driving into 2025 in style at a Kunis Auto Group dealership near you. Your Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis dealerships feature America's best-selling brands from both Buick and GMC, all at nearby locations in Oak Creek and Greenfield. During January, every remaining new 2024 vehicle plus thousands of select pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs are all being discount price to sell. We've got to make immediate room for hundreds of incoming new 2025s, as well as hundreds of fresh trade-ins from the holiday season. We're paying top values on all trades, no matter what the mileage or condition. Don't forget to check out individual dealership websites for pre-owned vehicle super specials. Plus, January service specials on everything from oil changes, tires, and brakes. Ring in big New Year savings at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis Auto Group dealerships, or shop online at shopkunis.com.
You're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Let's go crazy, crazy, crazy till we see the sun. I know we only met.
This is Ben Brust with you, working on the ideas of getting a half-sleeve tattoo in my future. Alongside Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, and Strofe, who don't have any creativity and aren't individuals and do everything that everyone tells them.
Yeah, the man that gets dressed by his woman, can't buy his own clothes, and can only create a family tree when he is tasked with doing a job on his own.
Well,
Yes,
on the
there is a
Carbless
guy
Talk and text line 800-990-3776, list is more where we have been asking for wrong answers only for my future sleeve tattoo. Kevin chimes in with an important point here. Ben, getting a tattoo is a much better idea than telling your partner, Kyle, to take back a Christmas present. You've actually put thought into the idea as well.
Shout out to John McCure for also being part of the no lunch bag gang, as we will just use our grocery bags.
I think you should get the Infinity logo with your fiance's and your daughter's name on the inside of it.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. Save room for other children.
Dan in Sun Prairie, Ben would get a tattoo that says no regrets.
Sounds
Ben,
about right.
your tattoo idea from Aaron. A Mickey Mouse looking image with Matt LaFleur's face on it. Matty Mouse LaFleur. I would never put
that's
Matt.
a good one.
You think I would put
is
something of like that on my body? Matt LaFleur forever on my body? No, thank you.
You put a little tree, a little apple tree on there. Or whatever the hell you want to put on there?
Well, like happy place, you know, it's just like Matt LaFleur. Hey, everything's great.
Hope, faith, love.
Live, laugh, love. Hope, faith, love. Brian in McGuanago, you got an idea here?
Hey, from the top of the famous plumber's crack to the bottom of your neck, I want to see Benny Badger. I want Benny's face on Bucky's body.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
I'd put that on my right cheek.
I don't want that imagery. Very specific. Right cheek.
Left or right doesn't matter.
The cheek is a pretty safe place to put a tattoo.
No.
Yeah. If I was going to put a tattoo, that's where I'd put it.
Is it?
Yeah, so it's just something that I know then.
No, more
something that's important to Brad.
Oh,
Norman.
Brad the tattoo guy.
That's right. I'm a tattoo
Butt
guy.
cheek
As
tattoo
long as
Brad.
it's a cheek tattoo.
Oh, are your cheeks tatted up?
You want to find out?
Yeah,
No,
we may never know, Kyle.
You
No,
may
thank
never
you.
know.
I'd rather never know.
I will say the specialist had a pack. If we won the Rose Bowl, we would all get Bucky tattoos on our cheeks.
How many chances did you
And
have
we
at
searched.
that?
We searched them in L.A. Never happened.
Maybe they shouldn't have been searching for the tattoo before they win the Rose Bowl. Am I right, Kyle?
Yeah,
We want to be
100%.
prepared.
Prepared for what? You should have been prepared for the game.
I
Thank
was
you.
Prepared.
Oh, well, you know.
Oh, wow. The punter
Yeah,
was
it wasn't
prepared to kick
my
the ball.
fault.
Russell,
Yeah.
Scott,
Do your
Tolzien,
job,
Nick Toon.
teammates.
Clay.
Yeah, Johnny Clay.
Clay. No, yeah,
They didn't give him
was-
no.
yeah,
They
John
didn't
Clay
give
was
him.
the
They didn't
first
give him
one.
That
the
was the first
ball.
one.
though.
They did. That was play calling.
All
All
right.
Chris. Thanks a lot, Ben.
Speaking of football players and toughness and guys like me who have tattoos.
Keep calm and carry on.
Skull and crossbones.
Barbed wire's been a common one coming in here.
Oh,
Barbed
yeah.
wire is a thought.
Did
Yeah.
Ryan Urlacher have a barbed wire
I'm
tattoo
pretty sure
on his
Rutledge of Jim, Matt, and Molly has barbed wire, and
Now,
I made
is he a tattoo?
I made fun of him big time for the barbed wire.
okay, so you see how you just made fun of him? That's how we see you. You're like Rutledge. That's the way we look at you.
Thank
Now, do
you.
think
I
you
wish
should
You're
tattoo?
becoming Rutledge.
Penny, here's the issue. If you would have come to us with an original idea, I think we may have supported you.
KBN Nation inside bottom lip.
Oh.
Every time I kiss my fiance, she's reminded of all of us, even though she's not looking inside my lip.
I don't know how to feel about that one.
I was just trying to get you guys in my tattoo. You know, you guys are out of my tattoo idea. You guys will not live
No,
forever.
you're
with
going
me.
to want to run this by us, Ben.
Yeah.
This is
Are you
version
the
one.
tattoo committee for me?
Yeah. We got to make sure you don't make a mistake.
You're the board
on
of
this.
directors for Ben Bruss Tattoos.
It's permanent after
It's a
all.
no. for me,
It sounds like
always.
you guys are a no at all points in my
No,
life,
no,
so
no, no,
I
no.
might need to just kick you out
No,
now.
just
Well, you need
besi-
some no guys in your life.
Beside the part that
You guys have made it very clear you guys are the no guys.
They're gonna walk around with a
general.
General.
Yeah. He's a Washington general. That's what you look like, buddy.
buddy.
That's all three of you have buddied or palled me or talked down to me in the first 26
Because
minutes of the
that's
show.
how ridiculous this idea is.
I'm feeling
specifically for you.
humbled right now. I don't know about you
Who else
guys.
knows
I'm
about
feeling
this?
humbled.
Who else knows about this?
My fiance.
Your fiance
Oh,
knows.
I've got
Close
a good
friends.
one. I've got a good one.
Okay.
Okay,
Be
you guys, just
kind.
for the record, I've tried to move on and say
Be
that I want to
brave.
get to.
Be you. Be kind. Be brave. Be you. And it's BB for Ben Brust.
Do you want to know one of my favorite sayings?
Yeah, I do.
Grind now, shine later.
Oh wow, that's perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, right on the shoulder.
That's perfect.
Grind now, shine later.
Yeah.
You should get your
That one's good. Come on.
How about the best is yet to come?
Oh yeah.
Did you Google cliche? Like, or is this the
What's pulling
Domsky?
this off the dome ski?
What's your astrology sign?
Libra.
You should do Libra. Libra across
Ooh.
the chest.
Yeah.
Let everybody know.
When's your birthday again? October 3rd?
What if we do?
Is that right?
Would we all get tattoos like Brad if somebody won a championship in the state?
No. No, my Bucks already won. I'm not
If
getting a
the
tattoo.
Wisconsin Badgers win a national championship, football.
I'm
a
in with
national
you on that.
championship.
Cool. No, I'll just celebrate. I'll have my
Strofe?
I'll hold your hand while you get it.
Come on, you won't join Nortman and I?
Nortman's not getting a tattoo.
On my cheek?
We'll get
one there.
left cheek tattoos of the Wisconsin Badgers national championship game. We might be 60 and it might hurt.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
Come on,
Strove.
You can't call yourself true Badger fans.
Yes, I can.
If they've never even sniffed a national championship.
We're not alum.
Yeah, but you're fans.
He went to UW Whitewater. They've won like how many national championships?
Many. The year I was there, we came
but
in
that ain't the
second.
same.
So it doesn't.
Strofe, why are you just all chirp, no backup here on
'Cause I'm not a tattoo guy, and I understand that.
But it's the cheek.
That's a young man that understands himself, unlike
Bradley,
Ben.
you and I, forever, lifelong
Shake
Badgers
on it.
win the national championship cheek tattoo?
Yeah. Okay. I wonder what
Put
Lexi's
her
going to say.
there.
What's
Put her
Lexi gonna
there.
say?
Put her there.
How you going to shake hands
I'm
without
gonna say,
consulting with your
Lexi,
wife?
Yo mans is gonna get a tattoo.
You talk like this, though?
If the Wisconsin Badgers win a national championship.
Yeah, she'll probably
Now
laugh
she might
and
be
never.
actively rooting against the
calling her.
Badgers now, but yeah, she should
Go ahead.
She should be
We already
excited
know
about it.
from the first segment we have approval from my fiance. As long as he's happy.
Y'all know how I feel about tattoos.
Yeah, no tattoos in the Wallace household because you're a dictatorship, not a
Dang.
relationship.
Dang right. Dang right.
Oh, wow. He doubled down.
Life is a song. Sing it loud and proud.
Strofe is
What I
great at
had
this.
written down here is Bradford said, I'm glad the Packers got humbled. Now, this will actually end up being a positive. Don't
Yes.
freak out and be like, oh, Brad's Mr. Negative. The Packers got humbled. I've been humbled the first 30 minutes by all of you by telling me I'm not a tattoo guy, except for the Benny Believers that I will remember and might put in my family tree of tattoos on my half sleeve. But the Packers were humbled, and Brad has a very good way of describing why this is a positive for this team, or it could be a negative, but I think positive. Next.
Live, laugh, love Benny.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
I'm a seam head now. You can call me whatever you want.
Seam-head.
I don't even know what that is. You have to
That means
explain
I'm a
it to me.
baseball dork. All I do is sit and watch MLB Big Inning at night.
Seamhead.
I've never heard that before.
This is because you're not a seam head.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ready for a win? Well, it's your year. At Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you could win over $2,000 in free play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games and you might take the stage in the It's Your Year game show. 25 winners each Thursday. There's $300,000 in cash and prizes up for grabs this January. Yeah, we think it's your year. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old to play.
Kevin Moret for Mentality. Guys, carrying extra belly fat can make you feel frustrated and self-conscious. And let's face it, it changes how others see you. Most new Mentality clients start at only 1/3 of the free testosterone they need, which makes losing that stubborn fat a real struggle. Our doctors specialize in restoring free testosterone and combining it with semaglutide, which targets fat while keeping your muscle. Feel confident in your look again. Visit mentalityhealth.com/radio for a new year offer and get started today. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Hey, this is ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta. Guys, let's talk about something important. You. Taking care of your health and appearance isn't just about looking good. It's about feeling strong, confident, and ready to take on the world. At Quintessa Aesthetic Center, they make it easy. With experts in advanced skincare, body contouring, and anti-aging treatments, Quintessa is here to help you stay sharp and at your best. Trust me, when you look good, you feel even better. So why wait? Visit myquintessa.com and take the first step towards a more confident you.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is hosting another Scramble tournament with $750 in cash prizes available. Hey ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellison, and Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play in a two-man scramble at Pebble Beach, all from their comfortable golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. The tournament costs $120 per pairing and is happening now through January 31st. Your winter chance to play Pebble Beach awaits. WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA and founder of the Neal Group. I have a question for you business owners. What does your CPA do for you? We have signed on several new business clients who told us the same story. Does this sound like you? You can never get a hold of your CPA. Phone calls are not returned and questions are never answered. You don't get any advice to help you run your business. Not at the Neal Group. We usually return phone calls and emails the same day. We are advocates and partners with our clients to help them grow, not just record history. Do you want to grow your business, improve cash flow, have less stress, and live a better life? We can help. Call us at 414-325-2040 or visit neilgroup.net to book a meeting to tell us your story and see if we can help. The first meeting is free. Don't wait, do it now. That's 414-325-2040 or nealgroup.net.
Winning in the NFL comes down to the basics, blocking and tackling. In retirement, the certainty of protection and income are the keys to success. And as a former NFL player myself, I have experience with both. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons. Having played on winning teams with the Steelers and Falcons, studying game films helped me mentally prepare for the challenges ahead. Now I star in a new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception to help you visualize and prepare for your fourth quarter of life. You see, you don't retire on your nest egg, but rather the income it can produce. This film shows you exactly how to protect your retirement from stock market drops and produce more income than you thought possible. And it's free for you to view. Call 855-620-1801 right now for your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Don't risk your retirement savings at the goal line. You don't need to be risky to have a winning strategy. Call today to speak with an all-pro retirement specialist to get your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Call today. 855-620-1801. That's 855-620-1801. MitchLyonsWealth.com. Your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Future half sleeve wearer Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show. UKBN Nation at the Carbless Talking text line 800-990-3776. List is more on YouTube to see our beautiful faces at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Now, Bradley, the Packers were humbled. And of course, a little annoying Gen Zers in my ear. He has another tattoo idea for me, and then you're going to tell us how the Packers were humbled.
Hold on real quick. So, Benny, you have a custom Star Wars suit, right?
Correct.
Okay, from wrist to shoulder, just get a lightsaber.
Brad, how were the Packers humbled?
Maybe purple, red, blue?
Hit the football music now.
What's your favorite color of Star Wars lightsaber?
I mean,
great question.
Mace Windu's purple is awesome.
Okay, you should get a purple lightsaber, wrist to shoulder.
All right, guys, let me tell you why the Packers getting humbled, particularly Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love.
Kind of like that purple Star Wars idea.
Yeah, kind of. That's pretty cool, actually. Is a good thing for them. I'm glad the Packers got humbled and embarrassed at the end of the season and in the playoffs. Let's face it, guys. This was not a Super Bowl contending team, right? They might be in the future. We hope they will be in the future, but this year they were not a Super Bowl contender. So this was all about learning, all about experience. Nothing teaches you like failure. And that's exactly what Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love experienced. All last offseason, what did we hear? Oh, Matt LaFleur, brilliant mastermind, taking this young team to the playoffs, winning a playoff game. Just bravo, Matt LaFleur. Bravo, Jordan Love.
He sounds kind of disingenuous here.
If anyone, now there's truth in both of these comments, but I'm going to get there. Oh, Jordan Love. If there's anyone I would start a franchise with, it would be Jordan Love. He's elite. He's unbelievable. This is the national media. This isn't KBN. This isn't Wisconsin. This is national media. They got applauded all offseason. And the result of that, by human nature, is you sort of fall back on your laurels. You can pull off the gas a little bit. But when you are pushed, when you experience challenge and adversity and failure, like LaFleur and Love and the whole Packer team did, you know what you do? Two things happen. You either cave or you step up and improve. And I'm seeking that this Packer team will step up and improve. I would rather have this humbling happen now than them win a game or two, and there's a false sense of confidence that really isn't there. Give me the humbling, give me the teaching experience. Because, guys...
So you're saying beating the Eagles would have potentially been a bad thing if they lost to the Lions because it just... It's the kind of a fake belief of that you're closer than you actually are to the ultimate goal of a Super Bowl.
Right now, this team is flawed. Jordan Love has to improve. Matt LaFleur has to improve. Even if they had a really good game and beat the Eagles, then lost in the divisional round, I think it would be a false sense of security. They need more of a rock bottom. I'm not saying this is necessarily rock bottom, but they need a rock bottom, humbling type experience to wake themselves up. That was Tucker Kraft's,
Tucker Kraft?
That was Tucker Kraft's words, to wake themselves up. I'm glad it happened now because the Packers can benefit from it in 2025, 2026, and beyond. Because, guys, I don't know about your experience, but when I experience humbling like this, it was my freshman year at Wisconsin, okay? I started as a true freshman, cool, and I stunk my first couple games. Badger fans might remember I did not have very good games punting.
No, we don't.
Not only that, thanks, Kyle. Not only that, we go through the first round of midterms. I got my butt kicked from like a education standpoint.
We got a 3.2.
It was I got some C's and B's. And I was
wow.
this ain't good enough, Brad. Looked at myself in the mirror and said, something's got to change if I'm going to be able to actually do this thing. That's what Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love and the whole Packer team needs to have. Something's got to change. And this is the moment that you learn from it. I'm glad it happened this year, so it sets them up for a really focused offseason for 2025 so that next year they can take it. I'd rather have that than a false sense of confidence going into this offseason.
Yeah, Brad, I disagree.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, I disagree. Like,
You think them beating the Eagles would have been better for them heading into next year?
I do, because
if they lost to the Lions, you'd been like, oh, they're right back where they were last year?
Because this football team with the Green Bay Packers, I agree.
This is a D3 mindset, Brad.
Yeah,
no. This isn't the real professional competitor that understands you need to take a bump and then come back and prove your worth.
Exactly.
I believe you need to take bumps, but the problem is that's nice if your team has obvious talent to be able to bounce back, like you said, and step up. But this team doesn't have obvious talents to step up, bounce back. Like, are we all of a sudden going to get a defensive line that has a pass rush? Are we all of a sudden going to have receivers that emerge as real number ones? Like, if the team had talent, right, then that's different. But the team lacks a lot of areas to have that talent to do it. Last year, when they ended the season, they felt like they left meat on the bone, right? They're like, oh, we were almost there. This year, they literally, they were trying to eat scraps at the end of the year because they didn't have anything left. So I'd rather go into the offseason with the confidence of we competed to this level, we're getting closer, versus taking a whole bunch of steps back and saying, all right,
it's
we
not
got to
a whole
regroup.
bunch of steps.
You're almost proving my point.
It's one small step to make bigger steps forward.
Wait, no. So I just feel like the team having to regroup. They're going to bring back basically the same roster next year, and you're still going to have some of the glaring holes and glaring problems that you had this year, right? Lack of pass rush. You don't have a consistent
know that
corner.
yet.
But this message goes to Goody too, Kyle. He also could end last year thinking, boy, oh boy, I did it again. Look at me, going young in the draft. I got all this young talent. But after this year, exactly what you're saying, there are critical holes. So it's a wake-up call to Goody as well.
Well, Goody is one thing, but talking about Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love.
Oh, they need to improve too, Kyle.
No, they need. No, I'm not saying
Big
they need to
time.
improve, but all I'm saying is, yes, they got humble, but I don't think this humbling is all of a sudden going to make the Packers that much better next year. I think I am less optimistic going into next year than what I was going into this season.
But I think you are discounting hyper aggressive and competitive personas, right? Because when you get humbled like this and you are on that level, man, you is a singular focus to never let that happen again.
Bro, they lost
Hang on.
games.
Hang on. I want to see if I can talk
NFC.
Brad's language here, and maybe he can tie this together, right? In 2023, the Packers, from a stock value standpoint, they were riding right where they were, kind of down, and then when Jordan Love went on that run, they peaked. And heading into 2024, their price was high, and then they kind of slowly dwindled down. They took some ups when they went on a couple win streaks against the Niners and the Dolphins. Then they took another dip after they lost to another great team. But like right now, when you were tested in the playoffs, you were still at a pretty good price. And then the earnings came out, and they under-delivered on earnings, and that stock shot down. And so now they need to reevaluate as a company if they are going to shoot back up, make improvements, changes. They're still not a bad stock, but they can be a great stock if they come out next year and have a solid year all around.
And sometimes you need a little shareholder pressure from the outside to say, hey, company, we got to wake up because we can't have another quarter like that.
My big issue with this is that
Ben.
you guys are
Thank
putting
you.
this on Jordan Love and you're putting it on Matt LaFleur, where I can agree you can put this on Goody. This roster needs to have
three of them.
It's all three of
They
them.
need to be better.
It's everybody.
They need to be better, but if the roster comes in the same roster next year as it is this year and Goody doesn't really make many big changes, then it's nothing that Matt Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love can do.
But you can say that the team was less talented the year before this year, and Matt LaFleur, on your standard, went further with a less talented team. So now you're holding them to a lower standard based off the guys they're getting back?
They got hot and played well. What I'm saying is next year we see the holes that this team has, and my biggest concern is that regardless of what Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love do, if Goody doesn't get the right pieces to fill some of those voids on this football field, we're going to be talking about the same thing next year where the Green Bay Packers did not make it. They came up short. So did they get humbled? Sure. But I don't believe as much they can do. Jordan Love has not proven that he can be Superman and put a team completely on his back. And Matt LaFleur has not proven that he can win a big game. So I'm not going to put my faith in these guys getting humbled. You know how many times Matt LaFleur's been humbled?
3-5 in the playoffs. So
yeah, he's lost a lot of games in the playoffs, man.
It's a new crop of guys, though, to be humbled.
Sure.
New guys.
Sure, new crop of guys being humbled, but same head coach continue to get humbled. Do you think he learned anything from his playoff losses in the last?
So you just turned it on Goody, and now you're taking out Matt?
Like, make up your mind.
What you're saying is
Matt's going to learn his lesson, but he hasn't.
So you're saying you don't expect improvement?
I hope to see improvement if Goody improves his roster.
Hope is not a strategy.
That's what Brad is over here. Y'all trying to tell me we need to hope that they got humbled and they learned something. And you're putting on a guy in Matt LaFleur.
This conversation of taking a step forward, you're telling me that you don't believe that the core is talented enough to take a step forward, despite what the holes are.
I don't believe this core is talented enough to go to a Super Bowl. No, they need to add more pieces, more impactful players on defense. They need to add. You're gonna
and
lose
exactly
players
why
as well.
I believe that when you say that you're proving Brad's point from a Goody, LaFleur, Love standpoint,
we added Goody in there.
Yeah, we added Goody.
Now, we added Goody in.
I highlighted Love and LaFleur, but Goody is included.
Goody needs to be humbled. The other two, hell, like I said, Matt LaFleur's been humbled before, and he still makes stupid decisions.
Well, then you're talking about wondering if Matt LaFleur is even the guy. Is he even the guy to get you to that next step? Or maybe he's hitting his ceiling.
You're soft on him?
I'm extremely soft on Matt LaFleur.
Why?
I'm sweet on him. Like, I'm not going to fire the guy.
Well, yeah, no, you're not going to right now. Absolutely not.
Yeah, so that's why I'm sweet on him. I mean, if I was a real man, a real decision maker, I'd probably cut him loose.
Really? That's why you're not the general manager of the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah,
Kyle would be a bad general manager.
I'll be good.
They'd have a bad game, and they'd be cut.
Yeah.
An extension,
and then they get signed to the next team and have 4 picks the next game.
I have quite an iron fist. I would have cut Mason Crosby after he had that one bad season because he was making me so mad.
You would be a bad GM with like specialists. You would just cut specialists left and right.
Hey, come here.
If I had one shank, would you cut?
The punt was to the left, not the right.
Exactly. Coffin corner. That wasn't no damn coffin corner. That wasn't a coffin corner. I'm gonna find somebody else who can do it.
You would hand me my pink slip after one bad punt.
Sure would.
Oh, what a brutal organization!
Find somebody
Kyle.
else, somebody younger.
What's
and better.
the worst organization in the NFL? Kyle just topped them.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Brad, did you win yesterday?
I didn't. I fell short. I'm going to get one of these, though, because Sleeper Fantasy provides opportunity after opportunity for you to win your money. In fact, 100 times your cash, you can make it with Sleeper Picks. It makes the game. I will say this. I've done about 4 contests so far. I haven't won one. I've gotten so darn close. My experience of game watching is next level. I'm sitting at the edge of my seat enjoying every single game, whether it be a team from Wisconsin or not. And you can have that same experience, particularly this upcoming weekend with the NFL playoffs, with the Sleeper app. Here's how you play. You pick 2 players, at least 2 players, and you pick more or less on 2 of their projected stats. If you're right, you can win up to 100 times your money. And for a limited time, Sleeper has a special offer. New users have to just play $5, a $5 play, and you're going to receive $55 in free entries. That is 11 $5 plays. I've been using those left and right, and I've been loving every minute of it.
You got to win one of those, brother.
And use code BRAD, B-R-A-D. That's my name. Feel free to wear it out. You'll get $55 in free entries when you play just $5. That's code BRAD. With the Sleeper Picks. Must be 18 years or older. Promo code locations and other restrictions apply. Minimum deposit $25. See terms of use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-246-2537 for help.
Brad said this is a good thing that the Packers were humbled this year. Kyle thinks Xavier McKinney is going to learn something about being a Green Bay Packer and what the organization is like. The Packer way, deep in thought, for Xavier McKinney with a tweet that he had that you need to hear about next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
Yeah, let them do it. I ain't doing it.
You're not going to hurt our feelings.
Come on.
Just mine.
Homer, come on.
Yo, fuck, I should be doing this time. I should be 2 to 6. That good enough for you? You need any more?
That's fair. Don.
Need any more? One? Us?
Yeah.
Y'all 2, 3, 4. Y'all the same. There we go. Nobody's as good as me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Homer here. I'm inviting you to join me starting August the 9th, as we explore the many shades of Ireland with Colette Vacations, a 10-day journey filled with legendary views, historic expeditions, and unforgettable tales. Explore the historic city of Dublin, kiss the famous Blarney Stone, and stand on the spectacular cliffs of Moher. We'll also journey Ireland's breathtaking countryside and follow the stunning coastal route of the Ring of Kerry. We'll experience the daily life of an Irish family with a dairy farm visit, and even enjoy a taste or two at a historic whiskey distillery. Plus, there's a stay overnight in a medieval castle. Join me for all of these experiences and many more. Visit ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com for trip information. Colette handles all the details of the 10-day excursion, the flights, the meals, the hotels, the experience. Don't worry about it. Your only job is to have the time of your life. Don't miss it. Visit ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com or text Homer to 800-990-3776. Homer, 800-990-3776.
Looking for the most popular answer. What's the worst thing about Wisconsin winters? Gina Della from Pella.
Finding a sitter when snow closes school. It's the time of the year when we just want to be all warm and snuggly at home. And Pella helps make your home as beautiful on the outside as it is comfortable on the inside. With inviting doors to let friends and family in and beautiful energy-efficient windows to keep the cold out. Celebrate the new year with 0% interest for up to 3 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Mark Tosher here for Kohler Services. If you've been putting off your bath or shower remodel, now is the time to turn to Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and no payment financing until 2026. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Special Milwaukee Auto Show Advance discount ticket offer has been extended to January 22nd. Turns out a lot of people want to come to the auto show. Get your auto show tickets now at a big discount. Buy a single ticket, or how about a pair of tickets for date night? Or you can buy a family 4-pack and take everybody. They can see all the latest vehicles, including cars, trucks, SUVs, luxury cars, and much more. For advanced discount tickets, go to autoshowmilwaukee.com. That's autoshowmilwaukee.com.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Guess what? It's gonna be me.
The person who is in charge of Brad Nortman's life, he listens to 100% of the time, is his wife, Lexi. I had mentioned that I'm looking at getting a half-sleeve tattoo. My name is Ben Bruss, alongside Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman's trophy running the show.
Cool.
Brad and I made a handshake deal. and that is binded with witnesses. So whatever this text is from Lexi, just know that you and I shook. If the Wisconsin Badgers win a football national championship, we are getting tattoos on our cheeks.
Okay. So on the personal talk and text line, I indeed texted the first lady of the Nortman household, Lexi Nortman. I said, if I got a tattoo on my butt, if Wisconsin football wins a national championship, you'd feel blank. And she said, disturbed. And she went further and said, you're not a tattoo guy. And then she said, this is how I know I brainwashed her. Although I know it's not going to happen because Wisconsin is never going to pay the NIL for it.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
I was like, girl, wow.
Damn. Let's get her on the show.
And then she said,
she's got more opinions than you.
And then she does. And then she said, well, but you could be a tattoo guy if you could be. I would still be disgusted. Think about it. Your butt hits a toilet seat.
Oh, yeah.
She just thinks
what
on a different
what does that
level,
matter?
Because the thing that, like, it taints the tattoo.
We
can put it on the higher side of the cheek.
Like the upper, but then
you talk about lower back.
Plumber's crack might reveal like the top of Bucky's head.
Yeah.
Who cares?
You know what I like?
Who cares, Brad?
I like Lexi. Lexi knew this had terrible energy because she knew that I didn't put you up to this. She knew
she spin zoned you.
Another text from Lexi. They are rolling in. This is why you need a good woman in your life, fellas. She said, if there is a reason you're getting it on your butt, it means you probably shouldn't be getting it at all. Now that is deep
a woman.
Wisdom.
That is a woman, pal.
Now we know why Brad listens 100% of the time.
It's all coming together, isn't it, boys? It's all coming together.
I told you she's the woman that wears pants and never lets
Kyle I told you.
What did you tell me?
I told you.
I said, ask Lexi. She ain't going for that.
Nah,
what happened?
Not thrilled.
She wasn't going for that. And she
you're binding.
Ben Bruss
but hey, I am a man of my word. I shook Ben Bruss' hand.
What's more important, Ben
what,
Bruss' hand or that ring you put on her finger and she put on yours?
She's not going to D-word him for the tattoo.
She's stuck with me.
She's stuck with me for
Ben
life.
Bruss.
Yeah, she can be mad at me.
She might be disturbed, but she's going to be seeing that Bucky on my cheek every night.
And according to Kyle, if I get a sleeve, it's a family phenomenon.
I don't even.
No, I mean, like, again, Kyle told me, look, I think your daughter's going to love it.
From my experience, young ladies daddies who have tattoos, they typically still love their dad and love their tattoos.
She's gonna be like, "What is that? Like, play with my arm."
She'll love it. They adore it because
it's not about me. I'm getting my tattoo for my daughter.
They mindlessly love you. So yeah. So she'll think,
mindlessly love you.
She'll think that stupid tree is all great.
So is this stupid or not stupid? Stupid tree is the design of my wonderful family tree idea on my half sleeve.
Was there
wonderful is strong?
But you said you have like doodles plural. Was there any other workshopped idea?
No, just trying to continue to reiterate.
All you have is a tree?
Lots happened in 3 years, Brad.
That's true. It's been a busy 3 years.
Xavier McKinney on Twitter X, as the top tweet will load any second now. Come on, pay the bills. Good Karma Brands.
Good radio, Benny.
Xavier McKinney tweets at Tay15 Adams. Man, lots of ends. Pull back up. Xavier McKinney, Josh Jacobs, they want dudes. They want to bring in dudes to the Green Bay Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, you said Goody might not want to offer what Devontae Adams wants.
Yeah, so Xavier McKinney, shout out to you, man. I love you. I love the fact that you brought a little bit of different type of swag and some energy and some competitiveness and talent to the back end of this defense. But unfortunately, Mr. McKinney, you're going to find out about the Packer way. That's what you're going to find out. You're going to find out that you may think it's sweet, and maybe you think this makes sense. It's so logical. Oh, my gosh. A former Green Bay Packer and Devontae Adams who loves the Packers is hinting to maybe doing a reunion. Isn't that just perfect? And then he's going to find out that the Packer way, things that we think is logical, isn't so logical to the Green Bay Packers. And so what Goody's going to tell him is say, yeah, we'll spin the tires on that.
We'll put that on the whiteboard.
Yeah, we'll see.
Put that on the whiteboard.
We'll see. And then he'll be even more disgusted when he finds out that when they actually tried to talk to him and what the offer is, he's going to be like, oh, okay, so I heard they made an offer, Tay. And they're going to say, I mean, come on now. You know it's the Packers. Yeah, they paid me well. Yeah, because you was 26, 25 years old.
Goody's got a type.
He offered me half of what I got offered from this other team here. So Xavier McKinney is going to mess around and find out that the Green Bay Packers are cheap and they ain't going to pay nobody that's old.
And they got your money.
Yeah, I think you're right there, man. I think sometimes it takes a little bit of years underneath the belt to really learn somebody and learn a new relationship.
Yeah.
And Josh Jacobs and Xavier McKinney, God bless them for wanting to attract other talent. They both said they were going to do that. And never in my time in the NFL has I ever heard of a front office or a coach being like, hey, Brad. They wouldn't ask me. But they do. Hey, Luke Kuechly. Hey, Greg Olson. Hey, Cam. Try to attract XYZ to free agency. I've never heard of that. Like no. So when guys do
this is a new thing though. I mean, players talk and social media. They're all friends. They're not. They don't hate each other as much anymore.
Who to the Green Bay Packers last year?
All I'm saying is
$.
Yes, and all I'm saying off of your comment is I agree. And something that we have failed to mention that I know we all agree with is they are in the honeymoon phase. They came from the Raiders, the Giants, and they're like used to money being spent, and it's spent in ill-advised ways that didn't help their team. So they're like, oh, yeah, spend money. We've been a part of teams that spend money. They just sucked, but they spent money.
Yeah, and then the Green Bay Packers.
Easy as that.
The Green Bay Packers don't spend money. He gonna learn today that the Green Bay Packers ain't gonna spend money. He's gonna learn in the future when he gets a little closer to 30. He still think he got something up in the tank, and that contract negotiation come up. He's gonna say, "Wait, what? You offering me what?" Just like they did to Aaron Jones and like they did to Greg Jennings, Jordy Nelson, Devontae Adams. This is what the
Brian
Packers do.
Bulaga.
So So right now he's just going to be happy. He loves Green Bay, and then he's going to turn into Jair Alexander.
Even their own contracts are front heavy with guaranteed money. Like they should hope that their play continues to be at their current level because they were outstanding. I mean, probably MVPs of both sides of the ball, Jacobs and McKinney. But even their contracts aren't like heavily laden with guaranteed money. Yeah. So they just got to hope they keep on playing well, or else Goody says, "Hey, I see the younger version." And
poor Josh Jacobs running his heart out. He's going to run his heart out for the next 2 seasons.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna. No, but the funny thing is, even with the running the heart out, he probably feels right now that he's empowered. And he's going to reach out to Max Crosby. He's going to reach out to all the guys in the league that might be like open to no opportunity. And he's going to see if they're interested. He's going to come up with a wish list. And Goody's going to take that thing and be like, hey, yeah, we'll look into this.
No.
Paper shredder.
He's going to throw it into the same bin that he threw all Aaron Rodgers' wish lists.
Except he actually listened to Rodgers on a couple.
For one, Randall Cobb.
And it didn't turn out well. So that's the other problem. Goody deviated once, and I don't think he liked the result.
Yeah. So poor Xavier. It is what it is, man.
poor Xavier.
Listen, I would love Devontae Adams, but I'm not stupid. Like I understand what this is. I would never get my hopes up thinking the Green Bay Packers don't sign some 32-year-old. What? That happened with Brandon McManus because he had no choice. And then when he did do it, guess what? He signed a 30-year-old Kenny Clark or 29-year-old, kicking himself.
Yeah. Do we think
I should have followed the formula?
Do we think that Goody thinks Devontae Adams is too old to sign? I would love to hear from KBN Nation on Twitter at KBN ESPN. I think, Strophe, you know where I'm going there. You're a good mind reader as to how to best put that poll out on Twitter at KBN ESPN. I'm fascinated to see if people believe that Goody, of all people, who just signed Kenny Clark to a third contract, under 30 years old, who underachieved last year, and then all of a sudden, he might pay Devontae Adams what Tay thinks he's worth after leaving.
He's never going to give premium money to that guy. That's why doing it to Kenny Clark was so head-scratching.
It was, and a poor decision, back-to-back.
Well, in 2 minutes, we'll discuss another contract that I don't think is head-scratching, but is interesting to look at 1 year later. We're going to look at that Jordan Love contract through a different lens. Not, hey, what he signed for, but if he was a free agent this year, if they didn't sign him last year, picked up the fifth-year option or whatever, then what would he actually go for? And would you be okay with the number that he's paying now? What would you be asking after this season? In 2 minutes, you tell us Jordan Love's value. Next.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is hosting another Scramble tournament with $750 in cash prizes available. Hey ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellison, and Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play in a 2-man scramble at Pebble Beach, all from their comfortable golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. The tournament costs $120 per pairing and is happening now through January 31st. Your winter chance to play Pebble Beach awaits. WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's
ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Walsh for Universal Windows Direct. Right now, buy 2 windows and get 2 free. There is no limit and no payments for 3 whole years. Restrictions apply. If you already have a price quote, they'll beat it. Schedule your free in-home estimate today.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting rules for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Consult a doctor prior to use.
Wow, you look amazing. What have you been doing?
I'm sure you've heard of Ozempic, Wegovy, and the other GLP-1 medications, right? Well, I found this great company called Zelfie. If you qualify, their providers can prescribe medications like Ozempic and Wegovy and other GLP-1 medications that are 80 to 90% less expensive, all 100% online.
I can get GLP-1 medications for 80 to 90% less and do it all online? No doctor's office or pharmacy?
Yes, Zelfie can provide semaglutide or tirzepatide, the active ingredients in Ozempic and other expensive GLP-1s, but for 80 to 90% less and shipped directly to your door.
How do I get started with Zelfie?
Just send them a text.
Text MIND to 200-300 to get started today with Zelfie. Get the same active ingredients in Wegovy or Ozempic, but for 80 to 90% less and 100% online. Don't wait. Text MIND to 200-300 right now for a link to your exclusive offer. Text MIND to 200-300. That's MIND to 200-300. MIND to 200-300.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle Bruston Nortman every day from 2 to 5. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Hanging with you, KBN Nation, till 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in Madison and Beaver Dam. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless talk and text line. List is more. Full crew all together. The first hour flew. Holy cow. As we continue on talking about the green and gold, Brad Nortman, you've brought something to my attention. This isn't a conversation that I feel as if like we're playing the what if game. Like we know what happened. We know that Jordan Love signed for $55 million, but a fun exercise to see after a year of play on that contract and a year before that of just 2 years of sample size, lay out the pieces and put this all together for me.
Yeah, guys. In life, timing is everything, right? And so with Jordan Love last season, his contract, he had 1 year left on his sort of bridge deal. And he had the 1 year last year where he proved that he was a guy. And it gave him some leverage as they worked out and eventually signed Jordan Love to that $55 million a year. But all the pushback was sample size. Well, he's only played 10 good games. Well, he's only had 1 season. We've seen guys do 1 season. So now after 2 seasons, I just ponder in this brain of mine, let's say the Packers never re-signed him last year. Let's say they let him play out those 2 years to see that all-important sample size of 2 seasons, and he played this exact year as it went. My question to KBN Nation, my question to you, Ben, Kyle, and Strofe is, what would be the contract today, knowing what we know now about Jordan Love? The $55 million never happened. Everything else happened exactly how it actually did in reality. Jordan Love's on the precipice of being a free agent. The Packers could, of course, franchise tag him. But what would his contract value be? Would it be more, less, or the same? Because what everyone was saying was sample size. Well, now you have another year of sample size. Considering everything, would Jordan Love be making more, less, or the same than he's currently making now? Would they basically give him the same deal or not?
800-990-3776, posed by Brad Nortman. What would Love's value be if he was a free agent right now?
I think the Green Bay Packers know they overspend on Love, just a smidge, right? When you look at the way the guys performed, like a Jared Goff who made a little bit less
That
than
is
him.
the first one that came to my head. He's making $52.5 million.
Yeah, and so you paid him a little bit more, right? And like when you look at the other guys, it's hard to judge because when you look at a Tua, he was injured. You look at a Dak Prescott who got $60 million. I guarantee you the Cowboys are kicking themselves about that one because what they discovered this year is that they are much more further away than just a healthy Dak Prescott. So overall for the Green Bay Packers, they overpaid for Jordan Love, and the proof is in the pudding. Jordan Love didn't play up to that contract. So if
the proof isn't for 1 year. The proof is in the pudding.
As of right now, for what they signed him to, they signed again. We're talking a couple $1 million, but still a couple $1 million can be redistributed in other places. The Green Bay Packers overpaid for Jordan Love based off his performance from this past season. That's the only thing that I can go off is based off his performance of this past season and his first season as well as a whole, right? Because now we have 2 full seasons as him as starting quarterback. Jordan Love, shout out to his agent, shout out to him. He got more money than what he probably deserved.
You're wrong.
No, sure. You could think that all you want, but he got a little bit more money he deserved. I'm saying a little bit. He didn't get a lot of it, but he got a little bit more money he deserved.
Trevor Lawrence, Tua Tagovailoa, the same names that are paid around Jordan Love. The Packers made a better investment than both the other teams that I just mentioned.
Yeah, but wait a minute. But can you the Dolphins and the Jags, both those teams suck. Both bad investments by those teams. Well, I think Trevor Lawrence is a good investment.
All right.
And Tua,
So that's the thing that I go back to is even after this season from Jordan Love, as Brad pointed out yesterday or Monday, statistically, it's almost identical from a year-long standpoint of 2024 versus the downs and the ups later in 2023.
It was just a more averaged out version in 2024.
And I still feel with the season that he had, with the early knee injury, the groin injury, he never was at full strength. So for me, I feel as if the market probably would be right around the same. And I think Jordan Love did a great job of leveraging those same draft class quarterbacks. Because let's say that somebody, like now that Dak has gone for 60, I don't know, Dak got hurt, or would he be able to say, well, look at Dak's year. Look at my year. Like, am I 6? So again, I think you're probably not getting him for less than what he got him last year, based off what the market is and the way the market's growing.
Yeah, I mean that's a fair assessment, but again,
I know it's fair. It's the right assessment.
The Green Bay Packers, they slightly overpaid. I mean, I think
according to what did they overpay?
According to my eyes, they overpaid because Jared Goff got less than Jared Goff. I thought that the Green Bay Pack, I thought Jordan Love was better than Jared Goff, but after this season, Jared Goff is better than Jordan Love.
Haven't you heard you like Gary Ellerson, don't you?
GE, I love me some GE.
He says this contract will be obsolete.
Yeah, it will be obsolete, but we're talking about going back to hindsight, right? We're talking about performance based off the last 2 years. And we look at the performance for the last 2 years, he's slightly overpaid. I don't think this is even a conversation. Like, yeah, $55 million, sure, that's fine. But when you go back, nobody can sit here and say he earned $55 million this year.
4 years younger than Jared Goff.
All I know.
I know.
I'll take the performance of Jared Goff.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but when you look at the contract length, you've got him locked up for 5 years.
But you're saying that he played his way down to less value.
I think after this,
that's what Kyle is making very clear.
We're 20% of the way through.
But Kyle's not the only one. Hang on.
Season.
Kyle's not the only one who is feeling a certain way. Brian and McGuanago, you're up on the Carbless Talking text line about Jordan Love and the money spent on him last year.
Yeah, I think $55 million was also a function of not having any plan B. It was having to overpay because if you have nothing as a plan B, you have to throw out everything to get plan A. This year, they have Malik Willis, and I would argue that if I paid $25 or $30 million a year to Malik Willis and let him perform relatively comparable to that he did when he got in there and played, and I would have $25 or $30 million to put towards wide receivers and other pieces, then I would be in much better shape than having Jordan Love as a $55 million quarterback. So I look at it as a function of no plan B, and then what the alternative
so Brian,
is.
I appreciate it. It's a good thought on the way to distribute money. But I cannot go as far as many people want to go with, like, if you pay Malik Willis X amount of money. I still don't think if everything was perfect around Malik Willis that he's a good enough quarterback to win you a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, like, Brian had me with the plan A, plan B analogy, which is totally true. Like, Jordan Love is the only plan. They don't have, like, a young ability to go get a young quarterback or whatever else. But Malik Willis is not a viable plan B. We know this story. We've seen it happen. Malik Willis plays 6 games as a starter. You know what's going to happen? He's going to revert so far to the mean, it's not even going to be funny. Defensive coordinators will get film on him. He will be neutralized, and he will not be able to take this team to higher grounds, not even to a winning record, I propose, without Jordan Love. He's not Lamar Jackson. He's not Josh Allen. I know we all think like a running, athletic quarterback. Look, he is that, but the ability to like dissect defenses with his arms, Matt LaFleur covered up so many of Malik Willis's faults, and that is a credit to both of them to
Couldn't
be able
do it
to
for
pull that
Jordan
off.
Love.
But half a season, no, Malik Willis ain't the guy.
Well, Jeremy, 800-990-3776. It's the Malik Willis Hour on Kyle Brust and Ortman.
Hey, I was just going to say about Malik Willis. I really like his mobility. I like his accuracy. I think he's a smart guy, a hard worker.
Coach's
I
kid.
actually wonder if Matt LaFleur missed his chance to be like another Bill Belichick by pulling him when he put Jordan Love in, and Love wasn't fully healthy yet. I think kind of ride that train and maybe just say, hey, we're still not sure about Love's health, and check out Willis a little bit longer.
How interesting would it have been in that game against the Minnesota Vikings, where Jordan Love was coming back off injury, if they played Malik Willis and they won? And then we played.
It wouldn't have happened.
No, my gosh.
No, I'm just
the storyline would have been hilarious.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been crazy.
No,
the only time the Packers beat a team with a ranked better record than them, Malik Willis won it.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy.
Man, we're in fantasy land, but people like this.
I love Malik Willis as a backup quarterback. You're talking about a guy that plays 2 to 3 games.
Yeah.
He's a change-up.
He's the perfect backup right now.
Game plan. He's an amazing.
He's not a full season starter. He's a perfect backup.
No ego, great guy, perfect backup.
So I'm going to push back.
Not for 5 seasons.
I'm going to push back on some of this, right?
Lord, you're going to lose a lot of credibility.
No,
Kyle's credibility out the Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all studios.
Listen. We wouldn't be having this conversation if Jordan Love lived up to the contract that he signed, right? There's still questions about my boy Jordan Love that I believe he will answer. But there's still
what is going, Brad?
Wait a minute.
Kyle?
Wait a minute.
We all need to have an intervention.
Wait, no. I love Jordan Love, but at this moment in time, we would not be having a conversation about the contract. Would he be making this much if Jordan Love outperformed the contract? If Jordan Love
it's a thought exercise, but he's not worth it.
We went 0-6 to the top 3 teams in the NFC, and Jordan Love in that playoff game played a whiz.
Malik Willis is the AFC South champion.
There are 8 teams left, and the Packers beat 2 of them.
Sure.
I could use the opposite argument.
because the Rams are so healthy,
he had 3 injuries all year.
I understand
Malik Willis
this.
was reported as not knowing how to play football.
And he won football games, and this is the thing, is that my whole point is this.
You would have won football games as the quarterback.
That's not true.
He threw the ball like 6 times.
Listen, and he ran the ball too. Well, all I'm saying is I'm not on the Malik Willis train. Because
sure sounds like you're riding the captain seat.
I just think that overall,
Matt LaFleur could have been Bill Belichick.
There was a moment in time where people didn't think Geno Smith could play football. There was a moment in time. And so all I'm saying is Malik Willis.
Geno Smith was a first-round draft pick.
He was overdrafted too. And people thought that he struggled early in his career, and it took him multiple places.
They're different quarterbacks.
It took
quarterbacks.
Malik Willis, I'm just telling y'all this right now, is that he's not as bad as y'all trying to make him seem.
He's a great backup.
Liberty University should use Kyle to speak as to why you should be the next Malik Willis at their school.
Fan the flames, baby. Fan the flames.
The reason why Malik Willis can't be your starting quarterback is because he is not a franchise Super Bowl quarterback. Like Ben said, I agree. Jordan Love has the potential to be a franchise starting quarterback of a Super Bowl winning team. Malik Willis, you just have to have a great team around him.
Kyle hates Jordan Love again.
No, I do. No, I do
Ron
not.
the Key is right.
No, I love
Kyle hates Jordan Love again.
But okay, so you guys gonna sit here and tell me, raise your hand high. Raise your hand. Did Jordan Love play up to his level of a contract that he got this year?
No, but I am not going to sit here and also say that Malik Willis is. He's like, hey, you know what? Let me tell you about Malik Willis. I love Jordan Love, but
I want to go back to something you just said. You just said with Malik Willis, you need to put pieces around him. Name the last quarterback who won a Super Bowl that's at the level of Malik Willis. Go.
Nick Foles is the closest thing I can call out to when the Eagles beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Their team was so good all around him, and he made enough throws and enough plays to win the Super Bowl.
There are guys who have been to Super Bowl, like Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Rex Grossman went to a Super Bowl. Like I'm talking.
That ain't the world we're living in anymore. Damn
Jake
it,
Delahome. Like we're talking about. I mean, it was a while
Jake
ago.
Delahome.
Yeah, Delahome. You got a Delahome.
He called him Delahome.
He said Delahome. You got a Delahome. That's what Chris Berman says. So
that's actually very good, Kyle.
Exactly. And so all I'm saying is that yes, Malik Willis is not a Super Bowl franchise quarterback, but you guys are discrediting him. I love Jordan Love. I think he's great, but we're having this conversation because if Jordan Love would have played up to the contract, we would not be talking about this today.
He's saying we're discrediting Jordan Love by calling him a really good backup.
Yes or no? Malik Willis is a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Yes. Malik Willis can start in the
Like a
NFL.
long-term strong.
Malik Willis can start in the NFL.
GM Kyle is fired within 30 days.
Kyle thinks Malik Willis is Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold.
I'm not saying that. I'm
Geno Smith.
Malik Willis can start in the NFL. And Malik
He's an
Willis can be-
amazing
Kyle Wallace said today on Kyle.
He stunk on a bad team. He stunk on a very bad organization.
He was
Kyle
perfectly
Wallace
fine.
today on Kyle Bruston Ortman said that Malik Willis is the number one player he would start a franchise with today on January 15, 2025.
Now we just throwing lies out there, huh? I don't care what y'all say. Malik Willis.
Kyle Willis, January 15, 2024.
Kyle Willis?
Kyle Wallace said he would take Malik Willis over Patrick Mahomes.
There are bad quarterbacks in the NFL, and when I watched some of the NFL this year, I'm like, dude, these quarterbacks are trash. What I saw of Malik Willis, there's 32 teams in the NFL.
No.
and there's some
Go to
bottom
break.
feeders.
I can't listen to this
Bottom
anymore.
feeders.
Stay on the line if you're there. We'll get to you next. No, it's here, Brad, out. We can move that. I want to.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
He is now off his rocker saying it. Well, if I played.
Choke artists. Choke artists, choke artists, choke artists. That's what you both are. Yeah, I said it. You both are choke artists.
Losers, choke artists.
That's what you are. You
frauds.
choked against
What else are
TCU.
we?
You choked against Oregon. You choked against Kentucky. Y'all choked against Duke. I can keep going.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, we start off with an accident. It's on 94 eastbound, right about at 26th Street. It's off on the right shoulder, so watch out for that. Otherwise, westbound 94 backing up just a bit through the stadium interchange. Southbound on 41 backing up from just before Silver Spring down to Capitol Drive. 43, thank goodness, is nice and quiet. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight. Snow showers, less than an inch of accumulation. It'll be breezy with a low of 20. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a high of 36. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Even when you think you know what's going on, you can never be too sure.
What's the matter with my camera? Can you straighten up?
You are in the bottommost corner.
Hold on.
There's nothing wrong with what he's doing.
Packers, nonsense, chaos.
Hey,
I didn't come to work to get yelled at today.
Any
Damn
day,
it.
any day Chewy shows up on any
that
camera,
better?
not sideways, it's a win.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand. It's time for another edition of Wellness Wednesdays here on 94.5 ESPN. Kyle Bruston Nortman's Brad Nortman sits down with Wellness Director Jessica Barr to talk about Quintessa.
Hey, it's Brad Nortman here with another edition of Wellness Wednesdays. I'm here with Jess from Quintessa Aesthetic Center in Brookfield, and we're talking about being able to recharge your battery and give your body the energy it needs to do all the things you want to do in life. I mean, it's mid-January. It's dark. It's cold. I know I don't have the energy to do the things that I want to do throughout the day. So I'm wondering, what's the ways that you can energize your cells and fight fatigue?
Yeah, one of the popular things right now is something called NAD. And what NAD does is, you remember back to grade school science, that little mitochondria. NAD basically just fuels that mitochondria, which makes every single cell optimize and function the best that it can. So people feel more energy, they're sleeping better, they just feel well rested.
Supercharging your mitochondria. I feel like I'm sitting back in high school chemistry class right now, but I love to hear it. I knew mitochondria was important. Now I'm reminded on how it's important. Check out NAD Plus to figure out how you can power your mitochondria and give yourself the energy that you need.
Learn about all the services offered by Quintessa Aesthetic Center at myquintessa.com.
Hey, this is ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta. Guys, let's talk about something important. You. Taking care of your health and appearance isn't just about looking good. It's about feeling strong, confident, and ready to take on the world. At Quintessa Aesthetic Center, they make it easy. With experts in advanced skincare, body contouring, and anti-aging treatments, Quintessa is here to help you stay sharp and at your best. Trust me, when you look good, you feel even better. So why wait? Visit myquintessa.com and take the first step towards a more confident you.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Which Wizard of Oz character doesn't have a brain? The Scarecrow or the Scarecrow?
The Scarecrow.
Yeah. Kyle is the Scarecrow of our show. He does not have a brain. He believes that Malik Willis is not just a good backup, but would be a quality starter in the NFL and is the biggest Malik Willis defender you will find. I actually think it's Kyle Willis for the rest of the show today.
I'm not mad about it.
Kyle Willis.
One time he had a chance with a quality organization.
My favorite thing is you just said in the break, you're like, talking about how, as Ryan chimes in, 800-990-3776. I pray Malik starts for the team next year and shows these guys Kyle is right.
Listen,
that's your guy. Malik can lead us past the wild card.
He's not Tommy DeVito, but it's the same thing as Tommy DeVito.
No,
he went in and
he's
had a
better.
couple of games of success, and you're going to get film on him, and the league will correct, and he will struggle when he gets game planned again.
This is terrible. Why y'all doing my boy Malik like that?
He's a great backup.
Malik doesn't deserve this type of criticism.
Worst take of the year, and it's only 15 days in.
Top 10 backup.
He doesn't deserve this type of criticism.
Jake in Delafield, 800-990-3776. Thanks for holding. You're up on the Carbless Talking text line.
Hey guys, thanks for taking my call. So I agree with Ben and with Brad, and Malik's not a starting quarterback. He's not a plan B. But one additional point to consider to kind of further discredit Kyle and the other Malik Willis stands out there is even on your best day, let's say the stars align and they're right, and he is the answer, and he should be playing instead of Jordan Love. Then ultimately you're going to have to pay him like you're paying Jordan Love now. And the question this kind of all started with was, is Jordan Love worth the $55 million? And so if he is the answer and he does become that good, then you got to pay him anyway, like you're paying Jordan Love. So then the question is, at the same price, who's better? And so I think it's kind of a silly conversation altogether.
I know, Jake. I've been scratching my head.
Hey, Jake, before you go, and I love me some Jordan Love. Did Jordan Love play up to your expectations this year?
That has nothing to do with what craziness that you've been talking about outside of that.
With $55 million. I said we got a great backup quarterback who could start somewhere else in the NFL.
And get you to how many wins?
He can get Malik.
3.
Malik would have got the Browns more wins than Jameis Winston and
you
Jordan
realize Malik Willis played 2.5 quarters against the Bears, and he had opportunities to do things.
Yeah, if he didn't hurt his hand on the goal line, he probably would have had a good 2-point conversion too, or the play before that. I don't know why y'all not.
He's a great backup, but as a starting quarterback,
JD and Fondy # Willis for QB1.
Now, I'm not saying QB1 is somebody else, but I think Malik Willis is better than the bottom 10 quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks that are moving around. Malik Willis did nothing to deserve this type of criticism. The man went in there, stepped up after people even said he struggles at playing football. That's what them Tennessee yahoos said, and then he came up here and he was able to beat Tennessee. He was able to beat Indy as well. He was able to bring us back against Jacksonville. I know that division is garbage, but he played in that division before with a lesser team, and he wasn't able to win. He finally got put in a system that worked, a great head coach.
Malik Willis couldn't take the Kansas City Chiefs to the playoffs. That's a really good text, actually. 800-990-3776 to our neighbors to the north. Steph, with the greatest accent you could ever hear, where are you at on this Kyle Wallace is a Malik Willis QB1 guy for the Green Bay Packers?
Hey, guys, you're the best. I mean, I think he could, if he went to Indianapolis or something like that, I think he could be better than Anthony Richardson, but I don't think he's a QB1 unless we see a larger sample size. I think we're being a bit too hard on Love. Obviously, I would have liked to see him, crush it this year, but that knee and groin were causing him issues. He wasn't playing much under center. The play action was abandoned, so that needs to be assessed and corrected moving forward. He's so much better when there's a lot of play action. and I think he'll be fine. He just needs to stay healthy.
Yeah, look,
I wanted to.
No, it's just we got to get to Rob Domofsky soon, Steph. We appreciate the call. Again, I almost think.
Okay, I have a way to tie a bow on this. Can I get the Hear Brad Out music?
I would love a bow tie.
Can I do a Hear Brad Out music?
They say punters are people too.
Punters are worthy of breaking news.
No, really, that's what they say.
Raising awareness everywhere that punters are people too.
Okay, let's go to it. Time to hear from the punter. Time to hear Brad Out.
All right, guys. We're talking about Malik Willis. So first of all, I have a spicy Hear Brad Out.
We're doing it later. Don't worry. We're still going to do it today. This is a mini Hear Brad Out.
I can do it next week.
No. I want it today, even if Rob Domofsky doesn't get it.
Ooh, I kind of want Rob to get it, though.
Let's join us next week. We can give him 2.
If the Packers want to maximize their ability to win now, they should trade Malik Willis for a first-round draft pick. Kyle, if you think that he is if he is a top quarterback that can start on another team, other teams would want that and they would pay a hefty price for it. They should trade him for as high as a draft pick they can get because that is what they need to build this roster. Trade Malik Willis.
The only thing I like about this,
highest
Brad,
draft round
is we would see the value of Malik Willis of what the NFL teams think about
it. Yeah, he can get you a 4th-round pick, 5th-round pick.
That's not a starting quarterback. A starting quarterback in the NFL
is
would
first,
get
second round,
a first-round draft pick.
Yeah, that's not happening. You're not.
But you're the one who's saying it's a starting quarterback. You're just wrong. Just say Kyle Wallace is my name and I am wrong.
What's his record as a starting quarterback? Once he left Tennessee,
Matt Flynn threw 6 touchdowns in a game and didn't even get this much respect.
He became a starting. Well, he was supposed to. He went out to Seattle to become the starter, but then they drafted
got beat up by Russ.
Yeah, in the third, they drafted a guy from the 3rd round, similar to my boy Malik Willis. And he ain't becoming a starter. I don't know. I feel like y'all would have been pooping on Russell Wilson, too. And he's a 3rd-round pick.
Russell Wilson has won a Super Bowl.
Ben Bruss, Kyle Willis, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show. 800-990-3776. Let's play the roulette version of Who's Next on the phone, Strophe.
I don't have the sound effect. Let's go to Stevie.
Stevie in Milwaukee, you are up on Kyle Bruss Nortman on the Carbless Talk and Text line.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Oh, good. Just listening to Kyle spew nonsense.
Yeah, well, I know. That's why I'm calling in, because I do not have the same level of love for Malik or in terms of his ability. But you guys are piling on my guy Kyle here, and it just for the sake of conversation, I just want to point out what I think Kyle is trying to say. When Brad posed that incredible question before about whether or not the deal had been done, I think that what he's saying is it's not necessarily that we overpaid for him, because obviously based on the market that's what it is. I think we all love Jordan Love and agree in his abilities. But in terms of how he performed this year, did he perform like a $55 million quarterback this year? We all have these questions. And what he's saying is, LaFleur was definitely able to mitigate, right, what Malik was able to do and make him look better. So I don't think Malik is the answer at all. But definitely,
I mean, Stevie, this was our conversation for the first 5 minutes until Kyle Willis turned into Malik Willis can lead the Chiefs to a Super Bowl as well.
Stevie gets me. He hit all the marks. You guys just heard
Kyle Willis translator.
Yeah, that was perfect. That was perfect. I'm glad KBN Nation gets me. Y'all tripping on. I don't know how we gonna be so hard on Malik Willis after all he did was help win.
We're not hard on him, but we're perfectly placing him where he should be. He's a top 10 backup.
Beads in Milwaukee before Rob Domofsky. You're up.
He lost to the Bears.
Listen to Kyle was like listening to Billy Madison and the puppet that lost his way.
We are all dumber for having listened to it.
Yes, we are. We really are. I have respect for him as a quarterback. I guess he could be Seneca Wallace. That also ends with Wallace and was. Beyond that, sample size, 2 games, no offense to Willis again, not very good teams he played. And lastly, and then I'll hang up, Kyle, within your thought process, we could punt on the first-round pick, use that for Max Crosby and trade Willis.
All right, we got into, I couldn't understand what the fuzziness going on there. Anyone else?
Yeah, I don't know.
Can I ask one more question? I'm not trying to take anything away from my boy Jay Love. How many impressive wins did Jordan Love end up having?
All right, Kyle hates Jordan Love.
This year, not last season, boy. I love.
But this is what you got so upset about because you were saying Seattle's an impressive win, but we retroactively discredited it.
Yeah, people
the 49ers win retroactively
discredited that as well. Yeah.
So I mean, like there were wins, but yeah, the top teams in the NFL, those 3 teams plus the Bears. He couldn't beat. So, I mean, I get it. I get the criticism.
Tony in Waukesha, 800-990-3776 on the Carbless Talking text line. Before we get to Robert Domofsky.
Hey, guys. I'll make this really quick. I think that to answer the question about Malik Willis, could he start for the Giants? The answer is yes. And so that right there proves that he could start in the NFL. But I also
you could start for the Giants, Tony.
Hush and let the Tony man from Tulsa talk.
But again, that doesn't change the fact that what he's saying is actual facts. Now, is he going to be a top tier? No. But could he start? Yes. And you keep moving the goalposts when he says, could he be one? Well, how many wins could he get? That's not the answer. Mm-hmm. That's not the question. Could he start? The answer is yes, he could start. Now, you also say, well, he lost to the Bears. I remember that he got him in position to win that game, and Matt LaFleur lost in that game. So I think the fact of the matter is that he did everything he needed to do in that game to get us in the position to win that game, which we could have won that game. But Matt LaFleur kind of pooped it with the time.
Tony, I like it. Tony, I like the call.
Tony came in.
That was a good call. Tony was the smartest Malik Willis defender of the last 30 minutes,
eloquent.
And we have a professional on our show talking about Malik Willis.
He is the best 262 spitter today because Bradley from the 262, he ain't spitting like that. Shout out to my boy Tony in Waukesha.
He spits.
That's how we breed him in the 262.
He spits when he talks about Gina Della from Pella.
Oh, Gina, I could spend all day talking about Gina Della from Pella.
La, la, la.
That's because she represents Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And boy, oh boy, if you have never been able to replace those windows and doors, now is finally the time. It's freezing outside. That means all that heat is getting out. You need to invest in your home, invest in the look of your home, just like Ben Brust is. When's that installation date, Ben? That's coming up, isn't it?
I got a countdown going. It's about 18, 19 days because there's 2 days.
Yep, that's right. They can customize any door, any window, any time period, any color. They are on it, and now is the best time to do that because they are offering 0% interest for up to 3 years. It's kind of their New Year celebration to give you the gift. 0% interest up to 3 years with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. But this deal, we're halfway through it. It ends January 31st. So visit PellaWI.com today and schedule your appointment now.
Is my simple question to Rob Domofsky is if Malik Willis started for a franchise other than the Green Bay Packers, what's the peak he could take a franchise to in a record standpoint? Tie a bow on this.
Yeah.
Rob Domofsky next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
He was the lead in the girls softball movie, the Bernstein Bears. What's it called?
800
what? Tom Hanks, that movie. There's no crying in baseball. What was it?
That was A League of Their Own.
Yeah. Not Bad News Bears.
The Bernstein Bears, like the book.
Bernstein Bears. Bro, you're done.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Still moving along pretty well along 94 eastbound. We do still have this accident at 26th Street off on the right shoulder. A little bit heavy as you're making your way through from the stadium interchange to about 27th Street. On the westbound side, we've got a little bit of a backup as well right through the stadium. Southbound on 41, heavy from Appleton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Snow showers, less than an inch of accumulation. Breezy with a low of 20. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a high of 36. Weather's brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Join their 2-man scramble tournament and play Pebble Beach for a chance to win cash through the 31st. Sign up at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Ready for a win? Well,
it's your year. At Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you could win over $2,000 in free play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games and you might take the stage in the It's Your Year game show. 25 winners each Thursday. There's $300,000 in cash and prizes up for grabs this January. Yeah, we think it's your year. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old to play.
Fingers come in different sizes,
It's one of the first things you learn as a jeweler,
and a ring can only be sized up or down a little bit.
which means it's a really good thing to know your ring size.
And it's an even better thing to know their ring size.
This is why we're announcing
The Ring Size Registry at Kessler's.
we're doing it as a public service. It's completely free.
Free. Isn't that a great price?
Here's how it works.
Just drop into any Kessler's Diamonds location and tell one of the owners that you'd like to know your ring size.
Kessler's is an employee-owned company, so whoever greets you at the door is an owner.
They'll determine your ring sizes and add them to our Ring Size Registry.
Then, when someone wants to know your ring size,
Because, maybe they want to surprise you.
all they have to do is call or stop into Kessler's.
Surprises can be fun, don't you think?
We're happy to do this for you, even if you don't buy a ring from us.
But after you take a look around, we think you probably will. Visit KesslersDiamonds.com for a location near you and register your ring sizes today.
Football season. Best time of the year and my favorite time of the year. This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. On game days, my favorite teammate is a cold carbless in my hand. Premium cocktails in a can made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. Maybe it's when I'm at the tailgate ahead of kickoff or getting ready at home for the game. Carbless is there. Zero sugar, zero carbs, and gluten-free. Carbless features classic cocktails like margarita, Paloma, and even Moscow Mule, and vodka cocktail flavors like cranberry, lemon, and peach. Find it on your next grocery trip. Carbless. Less is more.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Kyle Walls for Universal Windows Direct. Universal Windows Direct is offering an amazing deal right now. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. That's right. For every 2 windows you buy, you'll get 2 more absolutely free with no limit and 36 months of no interest financing. Plus, if you've already received a quote from another company, bring it to Universal Windows Direct and they'll beat it. Schedule your free in-home estimate today or visit universalwindowsdirect.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle. Palermo's. Flavor is our family's business.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Bold, bald, beautiful. ESPN NFL Nation reporter Rob Domofsky on Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Just your average Wednesday, hanging out with Rob Domofsky here on Kyle Bruston Nortman. How the hell did we end up talking about Malik Willis for 30 minutes?
Wild.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You guys got fixated.
It pushed out, hear Brad out.
It did. He got bumped.
Rob, welcome into the show.
That sucks. I wanted another hear Brad out.
You're going to get a double dose next week.
Okay.
And
Sounds
Rob,
good.
this one I have planned for today, it's spicy. It's good.
Okay.
So we can't ruin that.
So, all right. So just to get the business out of the way real quick. So we do this through the Super Bowl. Is that right? Is that when my Wednesday appearance?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
You weren't
All
expecting a call from us today?
Oh no, I definitely was. I
mean, if you want to do it every Wednesday, Rob, we'll take you.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, he said, just let him checks keep coming.
Let's go through the Super Bowl and see where we're at.
So I'm not gonna lie. We started with the conversation, Rob, here of just like from a fun thought exercise.
Yeah.
If Jordan Love played through last season and he was a free agent this year, based off the 2-year sample size, because we talked about what the small sample size was, what would his going rate be? And I figured, I actually think it'd be somewhere around the same.
Probably.
Then we kind of go ahead.
That's what the price of a top 10 to 15 starting quarterback is.
And then somehow Malik Willis became a fan favorite from callers. Kyle's saying Malik Willis could go to the Super Bowl with the Chiefs.
Oh, gosh.
How do you quantify how good Malik Willis actually is? Because we saw him in spots.
Well, let's just go back to this, Ben. How good he was a 7th-round pick. That's what he was traded. That was what he was worth. If you were to trade him today, what would you get for him? A 4?
4-5 is kind of what we're thinking.
Yeah, right. So, he did a really nice job in what they asked him to do. Actually, better than nice. Did an unbelievably good job. Like the history suggests that he probably isn't a top 10 starting quarterback. But what's your system? What are you asking him to do? What do you want the quarterback to do? If I were the Packers, I wouldn't trade him because here's the thing. You're going to need it. Well, he proved valuable as a backup, right? Let's say Love misses a couple games again. If Love misses a couple games again next year and he comes in and plays well, wins you another game, then his contract is up after next year, if I'm not mistaken. And then he signs somewhere as a free agent. You're going to get a compensatory pick, which might even be as high as like a 3. The compensatory picks, the highest one is a 3. If someone actually signs him to a really decent contract, then you're going to get a 3rd-round pick. So why would you trade him? Let's start there. Let's keep him for another year. As to whether, what he should be, I don't think he's a starting quarterback yet.
Yes.
I really don't.
Thank you. Just needed to clear my head. And now I just need, again, some more clarity. There was a suggestion that was blown up by everyone listening of, well, what if you paid him $25 million and then you had more to spend on the team? My argument is he's not good enough to elevate a team, even if the team is perfect all the way around him.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
Okay, I'm done.
Put him on the Chiefs. I think he's a 10-11 win quarterback, maybe, but I don't know that he's a Super Bowl quarterback.
Thank you, Rob.
Rob, Matt LaFleur's mastermind is put on display often, right? But the last 3 games of the year, the Vikings, the Bears, and this playoff game, a lot of blemishes from Matt LaFleur has come to the surface. And there are some people that have most anger at Matt LaFleur over anyone in the organization based on how the season ended. And now with coaches getting fired and coaches interviews going on, entering 2025, is there any heat at all on Matt LaFleur's seat, or is it ice cold?
I wouldn't say ice cold. I wouldn't go that far. I think a couple things to consider, Brad. One is that, as everybody knows, this is the end of Mark Murphy's presidency and ed policy. While an internal guy and seemingly a guy who, probably, has agreed with a lot of the stuff that's gone on in the building that he works in, might have his own ideas, right? And he's the one, now that
Matt LaFleur better start.
Things. Yeah, well, did you hear his answer yesterday when he was asked about the changeover? And he said, I love Ed. I love working.
That's the Kyle Wallace special. I love Ed Policy. He's my favorite.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, but, if they regress and Jordan Love regresses next season again, if we're willing to call this season a regression, then, as I said, some people are calling it a regression, some people aren't. Here's what I think. You'll probably see a few position coaches change in the next week or so. I don't know who, I don't know what, but typically.
What about the $2 million thief?
Bisaccia?
Yes.
Yeah, that I don't know about. That's a good one. I don't know where they'll go with that. My suspicion is that he's back, but my experience is that when things go wrong in playoff games, someone's going to pay the price for it. And what in your mind, what do you think the 2 biggest things that went wrong in the playoff game?
Passing game?
I mean, the receivers were injured, though.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to I'm going to give that a pass. On the defensive side of the ball, pass rush.
Yeah,
right?
D-line.
So there you go. I don't know, but it would not shock me if there's a change somewhere regarding that position group or that front part. And on offense, if you listen to Matt LaFleur's press conference again, I think you'll come away with I'm talking about his press conference yesterday, the wrap-up, that he was absolutely, completely disappointed in the offensive line and the way they blocked and the way they were able to protect and all that stuff.
That's Dinovich, isn't it?
No,
he's not the O-line coach.
Luke Butkus is the O-line coach. And again, I'm not saying it's those specific position coaches, but there could be some there could be some restructuring, some movement, something. I highly doubt that those areas are going to just be completely unaddressed. And when it comes to the pass rush, again, if you go back to yesterday, he kept saying, at some point you got to win your one-on-ones. Well, players that win one-on-ones do it because they're coached how to do it, right? Like that's just coaching. That's technique. This is how you beat somebody. This is how you attack somebody. Again, I don't know who or what or whatever, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's some movement on the coaching staff in that regard.
See, the issue I have with that is that I know they changed defenses and they got a new defensive line coach with this new coordinator. This isn't anything new. We've been talking about the lack of pass rush, the lack of development for the D linemen for multiple coordinators.
Well, the current D-line coach was the outside linebackers coach here before, so he's a holdover, just a title change.
Okay.
Because if you remember, under the 3-4, the pass rushers were linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I'm not saying like you should go look up who those position coaches are and say, oh, those guys are getting fired. I do wonder if there might be a switching of duties, a change in how those coaches or those positions are coached, something, because I've learned over my years that when head coaches can live with things happening in the regular season, they can't live with playoff mistakes or playoff, ineptitudes or whatever you want to call it. So to me, that's where I think you're going to see the biggest change in this team this offseason.
Rob Domofsky joining us here on Kyle Bruston-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Rob, we did a poll that just simply stated, do you think Goody would sign a 32-year-old wide receiver? Because Mark Tauscher's on the train, Xavier McKinney's on the train, Devontae Adams. And Kyle was like, you know what? This sounds great. Xavier McKinney's going to get a little taste of the old Packer way, and that is old guy not fitting in with the way that Goody's been building a team. Or does Goody reevaluate and adjust? Or does he not meet Tay from a money standpoint? I love the idea. But when you break it down in structure of what the Packers do, I don't see how it happens.
Yeah, I would. If I was putting money on it, I would say no. I won't completely rule it out. But to me, and I don't know who fits this market or fits this thing, but to me, you're more likely to see Goody sign a free agent who's 27 years old, 26 years old, and has just finished one contract, not a guy who's on his third or fourth contract, especially for that kind of money. Now, who fits into that? I don't know. At this time last year, Xavier McKinney was a guy who was on the radar. Josh Jacobs really wasn't. I think there was the thought that the Raiders were going to re-sign Josh Jacobs. So I think it's just too early to know. But those are the types of free agents, the 26, 27-year-old guys, not the 32-year-old guys who are maybe not at the tail end of their career.
Rob, very quickly before we let you go, you might not have to hear Brad out, but which of the four of us, me, Strofe, Kyle, or Ben, would you think is most likely and most equipped to get a half-sleeve tattoo?
I'd probably go with Strofe in this because the young, he seems young and hip.
Lord!
I agree.
Thanks, Rob. It was me, Rob Domofsky, Ben Brust. I'm working on my half-sleeve tattoo. Live, laugh, love.
Okay, well, I'm sure it'll look good.
That was not a stamp of approval by Rob.
70, when you're 70, it'll look great.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll be seeing you.
Yeah, that's Rob Domofsky.
He saw himself out there.
I know.
He said you're going to look wrinkly and gross.
All right, we'll be
On
seeing you.
that note-
We'll be seeing you.
Well, let me tell you about Quintessa, because if you want to look great when you're 70, then you got to use Quintessa all along the way. I know I am. I'm going to the Brookfield location, and I work with Jess because she is getting me right in every single way, inside and out. They have so much that they can do in their toolbox to give you total wellness, to feel you energized, confident, and take on everything 2025 has to offer. You're probably hearing Jess and I talk on our Wellness Wednesdays and commercial breaks with genius nuggets. And this week we talked about when it's cold, when it's dark, what can they help you with? NAD Plus supplements, very simple way to get you going in the right direction. They have that and so much more to get you feeling your best. And Quintessa, right now through March 31st, offering special New Year packages to kickstart your year the right way. So whether it's wellness plans, Botox, skincare, IVs, therapies, supplements, which they've loaded me up on, and I feel my best, their solutions will will help you feel your ultimate best. Invest in yourself. They make it simple, effective, and completely personalized to you. So if you want to be like me and feel great on inside and out, visit myquintessa.com and make your first free appointment today for that free consultation to be the more revitalized and confident you.
Everyone needs to take a freaking deep breath after that weird 2 hours. Holy cow. We'll be back.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Oh, no, not Coach Booty. People said yes, good riddance. He didn't do enough.
Not Coach Bud, but
Coach Booty.
They call him Booty, Bud? Did
they call him
Coach
Booty?
Bud. You know when I said Booty.
Only his friends call him
when
Booty.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. What happens when you mix a 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I'm not going to get into the Kringle turnover game, so that's what it needs to be. I think his legs. Yeah.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Like the pastry
Are you guys being
turnovers.
serious?
You guys can't put two and two
I got
together.
it. I could not get it.
They don't call
themselves Racine Danish
I'm
turnovers.
sorry. Sometimes I wonder about you two, man.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Do you want to have more fun watching the NFL playoffs? Try playing Sleeper Picks. Just download the Sleeper app today and pick more or less on at least 2 players' projected stats. You can win up to 100 times your cash. For a limited time, Sleeper has a special offer. New users have to just play $5 and they'll receive $55 in free entries. Just download the Sleeper app today and use code BRAD, B-R-A-D. Must be 18 years or older. Promo code, location, and other restrictions apply. Minimum deposit $25. See terms of use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-426-2537 for help.
Join the roar of 18,000 Bucs fans at Fiserv Forum and be a part of the slam dunks, game-changing plays, and electrifying victories live. Witness the edge-of-your-seat action and unforgettable moments as they happen. You don't want to miss this. Grab your calendar, handpick your favorite matchups, and secure your seats for Dame time in Milwaukee and every incredible moment that comes next at Bucs.com/tickets. That's Bucs.com/tickets.
With your Saganaw Pawnee Marquette recap, I'm Chris Larson. It took overtime, but the 7th-ranked Golden Eagles improved to 6-0 in Big East play following an 85-83 win at DePaul. Senior forward David Joplin scored a career-high 30 points, including 7 of 13 from three-point range. In his last 3 games at Wintrust Arena, Joplin has combined to shoot 25 of 41 from the floor and 21 of 32 from beyond the three-point line.
Joplin, wide open 3.
Holla at your boy.
Pure, and Marquette up 3.
15-2 Marquette back home at Fiserv Forum Saturday afternoon to take on Xavier.
For more than 40 years, Network Health has been the trusted experts in health plans. Just like you, they're honest, hardworking, and grateful to call Wisconsin home. Whether you're seeking coverage for yourself, your family, or your employees, Network Health has you covered with a range of options, including individual and family marketplace plans, employer plans, and Medicare Advantage plans. Call Steve Llewellyn, Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
Winning in the NFL comes down to the basics, blocking and tackling. In retirement, the certainty of protection and income are the keys to success. And as a former NFL player myself, I have experience with both. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons. Having played on winning teams with the Steelers and Falcons, studying game films helped me mentally prepare for the challenges ahead. Now I star in a new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception to help you visualize and prepare for your 4th quarter of life. You see, you don't retire on your nest egg, but rather the income it can produce. This film shows you exactly how to protect your retirement from stock market drops and produce more income than you thought possible. And it's free for you to view. Call 855-620-1801 right now for your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Don't risk your retirement savings at the goal line. You don't need to be risky to have a winning strategy. Call today to speak with an all-pro retirement specialist to get your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Call today. 855-620-1801. That's 855-620-1801. MitchLyonsWealth.com. Your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
Wisconsin is still cattle country, and that's why Bunzel's chose to stay close to home to hand select the finest beef. Quality goes into everything they do, from Bunzel's expansive array of meats, homemade specialty sausages, and their award-winning beef jerky. It just isn't a proper holiday meal without Bunzel's top quality cuts on the dinner table. Tasting is believing. Visit Bunzel's at 90th and Burleigh or bunzels.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I just wanna rollie with a dapper ranch. I already got some designer to hold on my pants. I just want some ice on my wrist so I look better when
Millions and millions and millions of dollars upgraded into the facilities of the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations, a new Berlin location. You can find your better tomorrow with free childcare with the membership open 24/7. There is no better place for you to invest in your health. Lock in that rate, people. Lock in that rate and be happy with the progress you will continue to make with the people all around you getting better as well. Join the Princeton Club for a better tomorrow. That was an interesting song to do a fitness read to, because I felt as if I needed to get down and do push-ups.
Hold on, Brad just told me something you got to hear.
So I've heard so many different types of music in the locker room, right?
Of course.
And I get educated. Cool. And I've heard rollie, and just talking this discussion of rollies all the time. Never know what it meant. Until right now. It means Rolex.
Well, what
Fascinating.
Is it because I pointed to my watch?
Oh my gosh!
I don't have a Rolex.
You're saying that rollie. It's about a Rolex?
It's a Rolex. And he says ice on his wrist.
The name of that song is Rolex.
I thought you were saying roly poly.
Oh my god!
Oh, you guys are stupid.
Yeah,
does he not say roly poly at all?
I just want a roly poly bug on my wrist.
I thought rolly.
I want that roly poly
bug on my wrist.
I thought a rolly might have been a Rolls Royce. I thought a rollie.
That's a fair
thought.
Yeah.
Me, I'm just thinking it's the worm.
I also thought it might have been like a dance.
Oh, good.
They do it.
I got that roly.
I could see that taking the TikToks of the world by storm.
Oh my gosh, what did I sign up to work with?
I'm sorry, Kyle.
Couple of suburban whites.
I'm
that song came out like a decade ago.
Yeah, that song's old.
I like beats. I don't know the lyrics.
But you were talking about roly poly. He's singing to his baby girl. You want to roly.
Damn Sports Show next in Beaver Dam. Jim, Matt, and Molly in Madison. Boy, do we have a good 414 hour at 4. Little Hear Brad Out. Little Ben Brust on ESPN last night. A little Homer crosstalk. Holy man, 2 minutes. 2 short minutes. Don't go anywhere.
You're gonna go to the record store. You're gonna give them all your money.
Still moving along pretty well along 94 eastbound. We do still have this accident at 26th Street off on the right shoulder. A little bit heavy as you're making your way through from the stadium interchange to about 27th Street. On the westbound side, we've got a little bit of a backup as well right through the stadium. Southbound on 41, heavy from Appleton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Snow showers, less than an inch of accumulation. Breezy with a low of 20. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a high of 36. Weather's brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Join their 2-man scramble tournament and play Pebble Beach for a chance to win cash through the 31st. Sign up at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.